Hey everybody, this is Mike from the casting deck. Today on the casting deck we're going to be doing a little work on our Garcia Revo SX. This is a Gen 3 model, an incredible reel as it stands. My my deck is pretty much lined with Revos. I absolutely love their products. I think they make an exceptional reel. Today we're going to be taking out the spool bearings on this reel and replacing them with a product from Boca Bearing Company. Boca Bearing Company, obviously you can find them online. They have a pretty good layout to their website. Fast, courteous service. I received my bearings pretty quick from these guys. These are the spool bearings. You see the part numbers are there on them. Again, they make it quite easy to find what you're looking for, and of course they deal with other things other than fishing reels. But of course, fishing reels are my thing. So here we go. It's a pretty easy process. All you need is a few basic tools, and you can get it done pretty quick. There's a screw here on this side of the Revo. Take a screwdriver, you just back it out just a little bit. Give it a little twist, and you can pretty much just take it out the rest of the way with your finger. This thing's spring-loaded. Don't have to worry about it falling out or losing it. You want to take and pull that back, and you want to hold on to it and give the side cover just a little bit of a twist. Give it a twist up towards you, and you pull it right off. We'll set that aside. Take a look inside of there. You can see the bearing. That's one of the bearings that we're going to be replacing. You will receive two different size bearings. Make sure you get them in the right spot. We're going to take and remove this bearing. Fairly easy process. There's a retainer spring in here. Now, if you take a look at it, you want to make sure you get the side of the retainer spring so that you don't bend it or tweak it up. If you look in there, you can see where the spring ends. So I'd like to take my thumb and I'll just put it over half of the spring and just get a real small screwdriver, stick it in there, just real gently give that spring a little pull out, just like that. You'll see it pop out. Take and grab it with your thumb. Now luckily this has got magnetic brake on it, so it grabs right onto it, but keep your finger over that thing. Very easily that spring can go flying across the room, and you'll be getting in touch with Abu for a new one. So we'll take and set that aside. Now, some of the older reels, you might have a hard time getting that bearing out, depending on how well you do maintenance on your reels and stuff. I've had this Gen 3 for I think about 2 seasons now. I do all my reel maintenance myself, so I know that's going to come out fairly easy, but I found the best way to get it out is get yourself one of these magnetic screwdrivers with a magnetic backside, and that should just pop right out of there, just like that. That way you don't have to drive a screwdriver down into there trying to pry it out. There's a drag disc down inside of there. You don't want to scuff that up or ruin that. So we've got that bearing out. We'll set that aside. The bearing's in pretty good shape. We'll save it for we might need parts for something else some other day. So we'll grab the new bearing, and I'll show you a little demonstration here. You'll see the difference between the factory bearing and what Boca has developed here. I don't know how well you'll see this, but give that a little spin. We get a couple turns out of it, and that's it. we take this brand new Boca bearing and we do the same thing. We give it one good spin, and that's still going, and it's still going, still going. Amazing product. I can't wait to try it out. Some of the guys are stating that with these better bearings, they're able to flip light plastics a lot easier, a lot smoother. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing. So just in reverse of what we just did, we'll pop that right in there, just like that. Get our retainer spring. Hopefully you still have it. And I like to grab a hold of it like that on each side. And I'll put that point right in there, just like that. Slide one of the sides down. Just make sure you keep your fingers on it, that's all. Keep your fingers over it so that thing doesn't spring out of there. Just give a little pop right back down in there with your screwdriver. Just like that. There you go. Alright, we'll get the other side here. Now this is your spool bearing on the other side. Just go ahead and take your spool out. And there's your spool bearing on that side there. Now you can see that's held in there by a retainer pin there. Be very careful in taking this out. Now, I don't have the right tool to do this. I do have it on order. I have ruined a spool before doing this. That's why I have the tool on order. Abu Garcia is very good and very fast about sending out parts you need, so I got in touch with them and they sent me out a new spool pretty quick. You want to pay close attention to this thing. On this pin, one end of it is skinnier than the other end. You want to make sure that you're pushing through the skinny end, not the fat end, because you'll never get it out. I'm going to use these. You can do this. You don't have to have the specialty tool to do this, but see how these jaws on these little channel locks are kind of offset? They work perfectly for this. Again, make sure you push the skinnier side of this pin through here. You see we got a grip on it just like that. Give it a nice light little squeeze, steady pressure, and that'll pop right out of there just like that. Take and grab a hold of it. Good hold onto your spool. Just give it a little twist and pull, and that'll come right out. Okay? Again, don't lose that. That would be hard to find. Alright. That right there should slide right off, and there's our old bearing. And again, we'll take and hold on to that for parts, for something someday. Here is our new bearing from Boca. And we'll just do the same thing in reverse. We'll pop that right on there just like that. Just like that. Now, again, make sure you put the thinner end of that pin back through your spool first. If not, you can cause some serious damage to your spool. So stick that in there just like that. Get it started. Get your offset pliers here and just give it a gentle, steady little squeeze. Just like that. You're splitting the difference on it, that's all. This grabs onto that pawl gear down inside, which enables this thing to spin. So, alright, we'll drop that right back down in there. Make sure we engage that gear. There we go. Now we'll just do the same thing. Pop our cover back on, pull our screw back out of the way, give that a little twist down, tighten that back up a little bit with our fingers, Just a little bit of a snug turn there with a screwdriver. And there you go. Our new Boca bearing is in place, ready to go play, and hopefully it lives up to his reputation. I'm sure it will. Like I said, I've seen a lot of good reviews out on these things. Looking forward to trying it out. So that's it for the casting deck. Come check it out on Facebook. Look for the casting deck in your search, or plug in www.facebook.com/MWH Fishing. That's it for now. Thanks.